Hi, I wanted to take a second to record a video to document my process for using OBS to stream my DAW or just record it and capture my desktop at the same time, which is useful for live performances. I use a MIDI keyboard or a MIDI drum set and also uh, play that live, and then I can capture it to video. There's a couple of gotchas in there and some programs that uh, will be good to cover. So maybe this will be helpful to someone else. So first off, you want to pick your DAW. Hopefully you got a fave by now. But whichever DAW you have, cool, stick with it. And then you're going to want a couple more pieces of software. They're donationware, but if you use them a lot, you should probably contribute. So the first thing you're going to want is the virtual audio cable, and then the next thing you're going to want is Voicemeeter Banana, and you're going to want to download those and install them. You're also going to want ISO for all drivers, which usually come with your DAW, but I think they might come with Voicemeeter too. I'm not exactly sure, but you're going to want to make sure you have that. Alright, so then the third piece of software you're going to want is OBS, which is OBS project. Download the one you want, and when it's installed, you're going to want to come over here and add some sort of source, either your desktop or window or an audio source. So let me rewind a little bit. So after you get Voicemeeter Banana installed, you're going to launch it, and you're going to want to route Voicemeeter VAIO and Voicemeeter aux. That's going to capture your DAW and your Windows desktop, basically. But what's important is that you send it to A1 and A2, and then you set up A1 to be ISO for all, and it should point it at your speakers, your actual physical hardware speakers, which is a little challenging to put up here. Hopefully I don't some to crash, but out A1 main device ISO for all, and I have my Realtek HD audio output available, along with like some the VB audio cable in and out, and some of the other ones. But really, I think all you need is just this, because if you do that, or whatever is the actual output to your speakers, so like this here, this HD audio output is a headphone jack that runs to my main speakers. So you want to select that. Hopefully my voice is still recording after I fuck with audio drivers. So you're going to want to select that, and you select that by going here and ISO for all V2. Cool. Then for A2, you're going to want to use the VB audio point. I use the KS option. I think KS and MME are the low latency ones, but KS is the one that seems to be the one that works well for me. So what you've just done is, so Voicemeeter is just like basically hijacked your Windows. It's a new playback device, and if you get like a red X over your sound options there, it's probably because Windows grabbed the device before you can make the change. So what I do, I go in Windows and disable the speakers, and then set as my default the aux input IO. And then what that does is that it routes all Windows stuff to Voicemeeter aux input, which is this channel over here. And then in my DAW, which I use FL Studio, you go to audio settings and you should get a new ISO device. And I select voice meter, virtual ASIO, which shows up here, right? This is the voice meter VAIO. The naming could be a little bit better, but I swear this is the ISO or ASIO that goes to that channel. So what I've done is separate my Windows input from my DAW, so that I can just get two different, so I can get some more granularity on there. Okay, so you got that set up, and then you, so A1 is going to my actual speakers that I hear in my living room or my studio, whatever. And VB audio point out is a virtual cable. And what you do for that, that's where OBS can hook into it. So on OBS, you go to add source audio input capture, and then you right click it, you go to properties. Well, that's not the right one, is it? Shit. Well, since I this. Alright, well, anyway, it doesn't really matter. I have two inputs here, so I'm using the default one. The default, I renamed it to desktop audio, and under properties, you got two options. The easiest, you got several options in here, but the one that I'm going to recommend for this setup is to use cable output from the VB audio virtual. So essentially what that's doing is that Voice Meter Banana is getting all of this input and then shuffles it off to two other outputs. And the first one is the speakers in the room or your headphones, whatever. And the second one is a digital bus that goes to, that can be captured in OBS. So if you do that, and then you have a MIDI keyboard or something in your DAW running, you can do stuff like play, and it gets captured. On top of that, you can run a camera, and then have that stuff all captured at once. So I should be able to talk and play at the same time, but you're probably getting noise in the room because I have a shitty mic setup. So what I'm going to do is mute myself and play for a second. Alright, so that's it. That's my quick intro to how to connect all of this crap up. Alright, later.